Hey everyone, welcome back to yet another project. In this project, you're going to build your own Web3 tool where you will allow user to utilize your tool and you will earn commission. So let me give you a quick walkthrough that what are the features we have included. And this is the project we have built on the channel. So let me give you a quick walkthrough. So this is how the create page would look like. You can able to monitor all the transaction happening as an admin, and you can able to see the transaction which users are doing. That's all you can monitor. So this is what we have. So let's come back to the home page and let's start from home page first. So this is how our landing page would look like. We'll have our navigation section, the logo, we have the menu, and from here we can click and we can go to the create page. Here we have the banner section. So this is the image we are using. You can simply edit this text and that's what we have here. Now the second section we have is the roadmap, and this one is a very important section when you are building any decentralized app where you have to provide the motive of your project. So that's what we are highlighting, and we have a beautiful image and the animation is going on. Then we have the banner section where we are promoting some of the responses which we have got. The next section we have is the token place, where the user can put their token and amount and they can transfer the token to any wallet address. So if you click here, you will find the details about the native token which we are selling. So this is the name, this is the symbol, and this is the total supply. I'm connected with the DApp, so you can see the total balance of the token I have, and this is the decimal point, and this is the token address. So that's the details we are providing. You can click here, and if you are promoting your token somewhere else, you can simply provide the link and it will be redirect there. So that's what we have. Now the next section we have is the promotion section, where we are highlighting that what are the things we are providing in our project. That's all you can see. Then the next section we have is the token details section, where you can highlight all the details about your token. So we have this sections. You can easily able to change the images and all of these details. Now we have this explore section. From there you can able to promote any one of the cryptocurrency which you want to promote as a staking platform. Those are the links which you can provide and you can simply promote. Here we have the further section where we are displaying about our company, that what we are providing here, and you can easily able to promote some of the apps. Now we have the section where we are providing the feature we have in our applications. So that's all we are highlighting. You can simply remove or add as per your business if you really want to provide all of these features. Then we have the footer section. We have our logo, we have the options, we have the subscriber, and we have a footer bar. So this is how our landing page would look like. You can customize every single thing as per your branding. You can change the logo, you can change the text, everything you can customize very easily. Anybody can click here and they can go on the top. So that's how the landing page would look like. Now come back to the create page, where the user can utilize our tool. So if I click here, and you will see that I'm redirected to the create page, and I have logged in as an admin, because admin have some extra feature in the application which not normal user will get. So I've logged in as an admin, so you can see I have this option to withdraw the fund from the contract. So when the user will create the token and donate any fund, we are receiving some sort of commission. So we can easily able to withdraw from the contract. So currently you can able to see this is the profile section. Here you will find the address. This is the balance I have. You can easily able to donate if you want. You can able to withdraw the fund which we have in our contract. So currently the fund is available is 12.15 ETH. You can see number of token created by me, the total number of token created by the users, the listing fee. So when the user will create the token, we are charging this much fee. You can increase or you can decrease, it's totally up to you. The total number of donation we have got 12, and you can see this is the native token which we are selling. So I'm the owner of the contract. So currently I have the entire supply, which is 1000. And here we have the available balance in our contract which we can withdraw, because user have utilized our tool for creating token and giving donation. So this is the fund available in the contract, so I can simply withdraw. I'll show you everything. And now you can come back here. Here you will find all the token which is created by different users. So you can click on the dashboard. There you will find all the token, like the date, transaction hash. You can click and you can copy. You can see the token address. You can simply copy that. You can see the supply, symbol, and the name. That's all detail you will find about all the token which is created by different user. Now if you click on this your token, here you will find all the token which you have created. So you will see all these details. If you come back to the donation, here you will find all the donation which given by the different users. So you can see the address and the amount which they have donated. You can simply increase and charge different donation or different fee. It's totally up to you. Now we have this option called create token. So user can click here and they can give the name, symbol, and supply, and they can create their ERC20 token, and they have to pay a commission, and that commission will receive as an admin of the contract. So I will simply close it here. Then we have this transfer token. So they can easily able to transfer their token to any particular wallet address. So if I want to transfer, I can give the address and the amount, and I can simply transfer. So that's what I have. Now let's test all the feature we have in our contract. So first, let's start with donation. So if I click on this donate, it's going to make a call to our MetaMask, and we have to confirm the transaction. So we are charging 1, but you can increase or decrease, totally up to you. Simply confirm the transaction, and once the transaction will complete, you will see that we have given the donation successfully, and that details you will find. So right now we have this 13 donors, and you will see if you come back to donation, the amount you have donated just now. This is the one which you have donated. So that's how donation will work, and this fund will also go up. So if I want to withdraw the fund, and I'm the only one who can withdraw because admin have that accessibility. So if I click on this withdraw fund, it's going to make a call to my smart contract, and I'm going to withdraw the fund out of the contract. So let's click on confirm, and the transaction is completed, and we have withdrawn the fund successfully, and you can see it's 0 now. So that's how user can donate and withdraw. That's the one thing. Now let's come back to the next feature we have called create token, because this is the tools we are providing. So when the user will create, we will earn commission. So if you see right now we have 0 commission, but the moment I will create the commission, I will pay and I can withdraw it. So this commission will apply to every single user, whether it's admin or normal user. So I'll click here. I have to give the name. So I'll say blockchain coders, and I'll say BTC, and I want to have supply close to, let's say, this much. Now I have to click on this create token. It's going to open MetaMask, and I have to simply confirm the transaction. So click on confirm, and once I will confirm the transaction, I have to confirm one more time because this time we are charging the fee. So simply click on this confirm, and here the transaction is completed, and we have created our token successfully. You can see this commission we have paid, and if you come back to your token, here you will find the token you have created just now, TBC blockchain code, and this is the supply. And if you want to transfer this token to anywhere, you can simply do that very easily. So that's how anybody can create the token. So we have seen the donation. Anybody can create token, so they can click and they can create as many token they want. So if I want to create ERC20 and say token, and I want to have supply this much, and click on this create token, it's going to make a call to my smart contract, and I have to simply confirm the transaction. So let's click on this confirm, and the transaction is completed, and I have to simply click on this confirm so I can pay the fee, and the transaction is completed, and I have created one more token, and you can see the fund is went up. And if I come back here, this is the token which I have created. So that's how we can create a token. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch my account to show you. So let's minimize this first, and this is how it's going to look. Now I will click here in my MetaMask, and you will see the data will change at real time. So right now I have this much fund in this particular wallet address, but the moment I will go back to account number 4, you will see all the data will reflect at real time. You can see the number of token I have created, means this particular wallet is created, total number of token is created, and this much fee we have. Got it? If I click on this dashboard, you will find all the token which is created by different user. But if I click on this your token, you will find that this is the only 2 token I have created with this particular account. So I can create with this account as well. So first I have to simply clear my MetaMask history, because MetaMask keep the history of the previous account, and when you are testing locally, so this is the weird problem we have, it's going to fail. Now we can ready to create our token. So I can simply click here, and I'll say token, I'll say symbol is going to be new, and I want to have supply less this much. Click on this create token, and it's going to make a call to our smart contract, and we have to simply confirm the transaction, and we have to confirm one more time. So let's click on this confirm, and the transaction is completed, and we have successfully created our token. So you can see if I come back here, go back to your token, you will find the token we have created just now. It's reflecting here. You can simply copy, and you can simply verify. So right now we are testing in local environment. I'll show you how you can deploy the contract to the actual test network. So you can simply follow the exact step. If I want to donate, I can donate with this account as well. So I can simply click on this confirm, and the transaction is completed, and I have done my donation. So if you come back to the donation, you will find the donation you have done with this is your wallet address. So every single thing is working fine. You can see the withdrawal function is not reflecting here because that is only visible to the admin. So that's how all the thing is looking fine. Now what I will do is I'll come back to the home page. And if I come here, you will see that this is the place we have. I can simply click here, and you will see that this is the total supply we have of the token, and currently I don't have any native token. So what I will do, I want to transfer the token to this particular wallet address. So first what I will do, I'll simply copy here, come here, I'll copy this address, and I'm going to switch my account. So I'll simply switch, and I'm going to simply clear my MetaMask history, otherwise the transaction will fail. So once I clear my MetaMask history, I can simply use this function we have to transfer the token. So I can see here, you can see this is the my balance of the particular native token. So I'll simply come back here, I'll give the wallet address where I want to transfer, and I want to give the quantity of the token I want to transfer. So I will go with 100 token I want to transfer. So I'll click on this token transfer, and it's going to make a call to our MetaMask. So this much token we are transferring, and let's simply confirm the transaction, and the transaction is completed successfully. If I come back here, you will see, if I click here, you will see right now I have 0 token because I have transferred the entire 1000 token. So if I change my account, if I go to account number 4, there you will find that I have all the token which will reflect here. So we have the token which is here, all the 1000 token. If I simply go to my create page, there you will find the details about the native token. So we got this one, all the 1000 token is reflecting here. You can also do the transfer of the token right from here. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here, I can go back to my first account. So you can see all the data is reflecting fine, and currently it has 0 native token. So I'll simply copy the address, I'll switch back to account number 4. I'm going to simply clear my MetaMask history, so it's not going to bother me. And that's when it's done. You can see I have this 1000 token, and I can click here, I can give the address, and I can give, let's this time I'm transfer 500 token, and click on this transfer, and I am transferring this much token. Let's click on this confirm, and the transaction is completed. You can see you have 500 token. The moment you will switch your account back to account number 3, you will have this 5 month. So every single thing is looking fine. You can see we got this withdrawal function, and now we can able to withdraw the fund, and this fund will be come back to our wallet address. So if I click on this withdraw, it's going to make a call to our smart contract, and I have to simply confirm the transaction, and we have successfully withdraw the fund. If you see, this fund went up to 4, earlier it was 3. So that's how our application would look like. So every single thing is working fine in our application. This is the powerful application you can build. Make sure to follow the complete project. You will understand every single thing. So where I have explained every single logic about the contract, and if you want to do any modification, all the possibility we have discussed in the entire project. So this is really powerful. I would encourage you to follow the complete project. So it looks absolutely great. Now let me show you the responsiveness of this particular application. So I can come back here. So that's how it's going to look on the mobile device. We have the navigation section, user profile. Here we have the card section. We have the different tabs which you can click and you can open. Here we have our stats section. So you can donate, you can withdraw, and you can see all the stats we have built. And you can come back here. Here we have the slider, nice slider. So this time we are opening all the token. If you want to open your token, you can click and it will be open, and all the token which you have created, that's going to be reflect here. If you want to see the donation, you can click on the donation, and here you will find the donation details which user have done. That's how it's going to look on the mobile device. So every single thing is looking absolutely fine. You can simply come back to the home page, and that's how it's going to look on the home page. So that's how it's going to look on the home page. We have a beautiful hero section. We have the images, this animation is going on. We have this roadmap. We have the banners. All of this information we had explained, every single thing is looking absolutely fine. So you can simply start following the complete project. In that you will learn every single thing, that what exactly we have built and how everything is coming together. So this one is really powerful project which I would suggest you to follow. I hope you guys have understood that what exactly we have covered in the project. Now let me give you a quick walkthrough of the code we have coded in the project, so you will have a proper idea about the smart contract and about the code structure we have designed for this particular project. When you will download the final source code, you will get this zip file, and when you will extract that, you will get this particular folder. Make sure to open this folder in your VS Code. So this is the exact folder I have opened, and you can see this is the exact code we have coded in the entire project. So when you will follow the complete project, this is what exactly you will have at the end of the project. So the very first section we have is the component section. In that we have all the component for the home page. That's all you will find here: the footer, header, banner section, information, staking, swap, welcome, and we are importing all of this component in one center place, and from there we are exporting it. We have this profile section we have for create page. That's all you will find. So this is all the component we have. You don't need to make any changes when you will get the final source code. I'll tell you what are the changes you have to do. So this is the component section. This is the context section. So if you come back to the constants, here we have built all the logic for the network configuration and interacting with the contract. So you don't need to do any changes in here as well. So you can keep it as it is. And here we have configured all the network where you can simply deploy the contract and test. So we have already seen the testing of the contract on the local host, and this is the network configuration we have done. I'll show you how you can do the setup as well. Just wait. And I'm going to deploy the contract to the Ethereum and Hosky. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. So I'm going to show you that how you can deploy the contract on the actual test network. You don't need to make any changes. So if you want to add any other network right here in the project like BNB or any other one, you have to do the exact configuration. So if I open any one of this, let's for example Polygon, so you have to provide the exact details. You have to provide the exact details. You have to give the chain, you have to give the name of that particular network, you have to give the name and the symbol, and here you have to provide the RPC URL and the block explorer of that particular blockchain. So once you provide this credential, it will work fine, and make sure you have to simply change the name. So this is how you can do it. You can simply copy, you can simply paste here, and you can call whatever your network name. You can call any, if you have Binance, you can call it Binance and whatever. Here you have to provide the chain ID, here you have to give the name, here you have to give the name of that particular blockchain, symbol and currency and decimal point, and you have to provide the RPC URL. So just give the name, and this name is very important because this is the name we're going to simply configure in our environment variable. So whatever name you give, make sure to give it properly so we can utilize this one. So I'm going to simply remove this one, and I'm going to show you on this particular test network. And if you see, this is the exact configuration we have done for this particular network, so you don't need to do anything. And here we have the external function for handling error, correcting and switching the network, and here we have the network chain function, so you don't need to do anything in here. If you come back to the index, there we have all the logic we have built. So we have imported the React icons and all the packages. Then we have done the import of utilities files which we have created for connect wallet, check wallet connected, connecting with the contract, get balance, get native token. So these are the functions we have built. And from our context file, we are importing the API, bytecode, network switch function, and the error message. So this is the function we have built, and that's what we are importing right from this file. Now, if we come back here we are importing all the environment variables which we are using in the project. So the only thing you have to do is to change in the environment variable, and the application will work absolutely fine. I'll show you how you can do that, and the rest would be fine. You don't need to make any changes. Just keep it as it is. And here we have the API of the two contract. So when you will deploy the contract, you will get the API. You can simply provide it right up here, or you can simply go with the exact API if you are not making any changes. But if you make any spelling change in the contract, you have to give the updated API. So I'll show you how you can get the updated API as well for both of the contracts. So simply close this one, close this one. So come back to the contract, and we have two contracts. So this is the ERC20 token contract, because we are also selling our native token. So all we have to do is to simply provide the supply name and the symbol of the token, and we can able to create the token. So this is the very simple ERC token contract. We are using OpenZeppelin in this. Now we have the main contract called lookup contract, and that we are storing and managing all the transaction which is happening in our application. So you can see here we have the struct for the ERC20 token, means all the user will create the token. That's all this relevant information we're going to add it. That's what we have. Here we have the donation information, and here you have to provide the address which you want to use it as an admin of the contract. So if you are deploying with a specific address, that's the address you have to provide. So currently I have tested and deployed the contract using localhost, means Hardhat, and that's the address I have provided here. So I have used this account for deploying of the contract, so that's what I have provided. So whatever wallet address you are using for deploying the contract, make sure you have to provide the exact address right up here. And you can simply increase or decrease the listing fee. So if you want to charge higher amount for listing fee when the user will create the token, you can simply increase or decrease it from here, and that should be fine. You don't need to make any changes. Make sure to follow the complete project, you will understand everything. So this is our contract. Now we can come back here. So I have given you a couple of blocks templates, so you can simply go to the different pages, because this is the premium template we have used, and that's what I have also provided you in the final source code. So if you want to make any customization in the styling, or you want to add more pages, you can simply do that, which I have explained in the project. Then we have the pages. There we have the app setup. So we are simply importing our toaster and doing our context management setup. So you don't need to do anything in here. Here we have the function for our create page. So we are simply importing the function, and we have all of this context function we have, and we have all of this component we have built. Then we have this index page. You can able to see all of this code we have written, so you don't need to make any changes in here. So this is the page section. In the public, we have the CSS file. You don't need to make any changes, but if you want to customize anything, so I would suggest you that first try to understand the code structure. After that, if you want to make any customization as per the branding, you can do that. So you can simply go back to the CSS file for the theme. So we have multiple files, and you can simply do the changes there if you know how to do it. And we have the JavaScript file for the animation. Don't just leave it as it is. Now you can come back to the script. if you come back to the deploy, there you will find that we are deploying our contract. So we have two different contracts, and this is very important because the structure we have set in the contract, because one contract is dependent on the other contract. So you can see first we have built this internal function. What it's going to do is it's going to simply convert a number into weight, and that's what we're going to pass into a smart contract. So first we're going to deploy our ERC token contract, and you can see that's the contract we have taken, ERC20 generator. So if I come back here, if I go to the contract, if I click on this, you can see this is the contract which I'm deploying, and that's the script we have built. So I'm creating 1000 token. You can create as many token as you want. So if you want to create like this much supply of your token, you can simply create that. You can give whatever name you want to your token. If you want to change the symbol, you can change it. That's all we have discussed. So you can simply change the detail of your native token. First, our token contract is going to be deployed. After that, we're going to deploy our lookup contract. So you don't need to make any changes here. Just keep it as it is. The only change you have to do is in the name and the symbol and the supply. That's the only thing I would suggest you. Now we have the lookup one, and here we have this two command for deployment. One for the local host and the other one is for the actual test networks. So I'll show you both the way that how you can deploy that. This looks good. And here we have this main function which we are executing. So that's our deploy script. Now you can come back to the style. So again, I would suggest you don't touch the style file as long as you know. So we had imported all the file and done the modification and added a couple of classes. So you can simply do the experiment from your end. That's the CSS file we have, and here we have these utils. In that we have all the utility function we have built. So we have imported some of the important function from our context like switch network, ABI address of the contracts and the ABI, and here we have Web3 model and Ether packets. So the very first function we have that check if wallet is connected. Second one is connect wallet, fetch contract, connecting with contract, get balance, fetch token contract, and connecting with token. So you don't need to make any changes here. Everything is dynamic. Just wait. So just keep it as it is. Close this one and close this one. Now come back to the environment variable, and this is very important. So if you click on this environment variable, here you have to provide all of these details. So when you will deploy a contract, you will get the addresses. So this is the address of our ERC20 token contract, and here we have the address of our lookup contract. So you have to replace the address of both the contract in these places when you are testing locally or when you are deploying to actual network. So you have to provide the address of both the contract, and from here you can adjust the network. So currently we are tested in the local host, so that's the network I have activated. So local host, and the donation amount I'm charging is 1 ETH. You can charge higher or lower, so you can simply control it from here. You can also change the currency. For example, if you are deploying to Binance, so you can simply type BNB, and you can do the configuration in the context file for the network for the Binance the way I have explained you. But I'm going to do the testing on the Ethereum test networks, this one. So first I will show you on the local host. After that I will show you on this, and here we have the address of the admin. So remember, this is the address we have in our contract, which is going to receive all the fund and is to have the power to transfer the fund. So here you have to provide the address of the admin going to control this entire application. So only these changes you have to do and everything would be working fine. Now I'm going to simply close here. Now come back to the Hardhat config file. And here we have the important setup. So if you are testing locally using Hardhat, then this is the setup is enough. You have to give the chain ID and you can simply execute it. But when you are testing on the test network, so you have to give the RPC URL of that particular test network. So we're going to test on this Ethereum test network, and you have to activate this and you have to deactivate this and you have to activate this network symbol. That's what you have to do it. Okay, I'll show you. So first we're going to test in using Hardhat. So this is what we have. You can see this is the name I have given, Hardhat. So that's what we have here. Got it? Now I'm going to simply close it here. Now it's time to test our application, and you can see I have given couple of file here. So if you click here you will find all the Hardhat account. So when you will run the Hardhat node, Hardhat will give you a 20+ account, and by default Hardhat will take this very first account for deploying your contract. You can see 2266, and every account will have this 10,000 Ether. So if you want to import any account, you can simply copy the private key, import in your MetaMask. So that's very simple. I hope you guys know it. Okay, simply close it. Now comes the very important thing. Before we execute our application, there are a couple of requirements which we have to fulfill in our system. Then we can execute our project. As you all know that latest node version is not compatible with Hardhat. So we have to use a specific version of node which is compatible with Hardhat. So if I open my terminal, you will see that I have the latest version of node. So if I type node -e-v, I have this latest version of Node, and it will not work with the Hardhat. I have to downgrade my Node version to a specific one that I can use it to execute my project. So this is the Node version. If I check my npm version, this is the version I have. So this is not compatible, so I have to downgrade it, and I have already explained you extensively how you can do that in this particular video, so make sure to watch it. So let me do that in front of you. So first thing, I have to check the Node versions which is available. So I can use this particular library called nvm, and nvm start for Node version manager. So if I want to check all the Node's versions available, so I can simply type ls remote and hit enter, and it's going to give me the list of all the Node version, and I can pick any one. So Hardhat is compatible with this particular Node version. This one, this is the one Hardhat is compatible with, but I have the latest one, so it will not work. So I have to downgrade my version. So I have to simply copy this portion, and now I can simply come here, and I'm using this particular version, like this particular package manager called nvm. This is the version I have. So I have done the installation of this particular package. Make sure to watch this video. You will understand everything, that how you can install this version, nvm Node version manager, and you can simply downgrade or upgrade your Node version. So I already have this package, so I'm going to simply use this one. So I'll simply type nvm use, and I have to give the version name which I want to install. So I want to install 18.17.1. Hit enter, and it's going to simply downgrade my Node version, and currently I'm using this particular one. So I'll simply clear my terminal, and if I type node-v, you can see I have downgraded my Node version, and now our application will work fine, and I can able to use Hardhat in my project. So that's how you can downgrade it. So once you're done with that, clear your terminal, and now we have to install the libraries, the packages we are using in the project. So currently you will see that, so we are using this specific Hardhat version and Nomic Foundation. Here we have the packages we have, like Web3 model, hot toaster icon. So you don't need to make any changes as long as you following the project. So no matter like you are following this project after 5 years, 10 years, as long as you use the exact version, everything will work fine. Everything will work fine. So simply close this one, bring your terminal up, and we can simply type npmi, and it's going to do the installation of all the projects, all the packages we have in our file. So it's going to do the installation. So just wait. The installation is processing. Just ignore this warning. Some of the packages got the latest version, that's why we are getting this. So just wait. Once the installation will complete, we are ready to test our application. So we have done the installation successfully, and we got couple of vulnerabilities. Simply ignore that. We want to have the exact versions of the package, so just ignore it and clear your terminal. Now let's check one more time. So that's say node v, and we have this particular version. Now we have to simply run this particular command, because first we're going to test using localhost. After that we're going to deploy to actual test network. So that's the configuration we have for the testing in localhost. And when you will get the final source code, this is the exact setup you will get. Okay, so I have to test locally. So first I have to simply type npx-hard node, and when I will hit this command, Hardhat will start the local node in my system, and it will give you 20+ account, the account I have showed you right up here. So I have simply copied this account from here, like till here, and that's what I have pasted here. And by default, Hardhat will use this very first account for deploying your contract, like this 0 account. And you have to keep this running. You don't need to stop it. If you stop it, Hardhat will not work. Now you have to split your terminal, and this time we have to simply deploy our contract. So before I deploy, let me check one more time my Node version, and you can see automatically it's got updated to the latest one. And this is the weird problem I'm having since morning. I have to see my configuration file. So let's do one thing. Let me simply just run that particular file one more time, particular command one more time. Okay, use this one and clear. If you face the same problem, make sure to simply run the command and downgrade it. Now if I check it in this terminal, I will also have the same version which I have in this one. So now it's good. So now everything is ready for deploying our contract to the localhost. Now we can come back to the context, go back to the constants, and here you can see that we are deploying our contract to localhost. And simply copy this one, and that's what you have to simply paste here in the localhost, because that's going to take it and activate your network. So once you're done with that, so this is the account we're going to use it for deploying our contract. So we have to make the changes in our contract as well. So come back here in the lookup contract, and here we have to simply paste it. Okay, so we have changed the address in the contract, means this is the deploy address, and now everything is good. now we are ready to deploy. So now you can come back to the script. Make sure to do these changes, okay? After that, you can come back to the script, go to deploy, and here we have to run this particular command. Simply copy this one, and this command will deploy the contract to the localhost. Simply copy that one, paste here, and hit enter. When you will deploy the contract, it's going to compile. So our contract got compiled successfully. We got the address, and when you will run this command, Hardhat will give you the same addresses, because this is the default addresses Hardhat follow. So when you will deploy your very first contract, Hardhat will give you this address, but when you will deploy the second contract, you will get this address. So the address is same. So simply copy these addresses, and that's what you have to provide in your environment variable. So come back here, address is exactly the same, and you have to copy this, and that's what you have to paste here. So you have changed your addresses of your contract. So you're done with that. Now you will see that when you will deploy your contract and compile your contract, Hardhat will generate this artifact. In that artifact, you will have the contract ABI. So this is the ABI of our ERC20 generator, and this is the ABI of our lookup contract. And now we have to simply delete this old ABI which I haven't made any changes, so I can use this exactly the one, and you will also have this in the final source code. But for being on the safer side, let's delete this ABI, because I want to show you everything from scratch. So once you're done with that, now you can simply drag and drop here in the context. You can simply click here, you can simply drag and drop here, and we have successfully got the ABI of the project. Looks good. Now we are setup is done. Now we are ready to start our application. Got it? Simply close all of that. Now we have to simply run this particular command which we have here. So we can come back here and we can run this dev. So simply type npm run dev, and this will start our application on localhost 3000. So here you can see it's got started and everything is looking good. Now you can come back to the browser and reload the page. So if I close this one, open this one, and if I click on this, because I have done the setup of the localhost, you can simply come here in your code base and you can able to find the localhost from here as well. There is no problem. I want to show you because some of you get confused and you guys ask me that how I got this localhost, so that's why I have to show you everything from scratch. So if you come back here, you can see this is the localhost. You can simply copy this one, and that's what you can simply select, paste, and hit enter, and our application is got activated. You can see I am already connected with the application, so this is the create button is displaying. But once I will simply log out from my application, if I click on log out, so I got successfully logged out. Now if I want to connect, I can simply click on this connect wallet, and it's going to give me the pop-up model. I can simply give my password, and I'm connected with the application. You can see I'm connected successfully. If you face any error related to the localhost network configuration in your MetaMask, so you can do this. You can simply click here and you can simply delete the localhost if you already have it. So let me click here, and you can simply come back here in the network section, and there you will find that I have done the localhost configuration. So this is the name, this is the RPC URL, this is the chain ID, this is the Go symbol, and this is the Explorer I have given, which is the optional one. You can do the setup just like this, but still you face any error, you can do one thing. You can simply open up your MetaMask. I'm not facing any issue, so I can simply switch my network, and I'm going to simply delete this localhost configuration which I have done in my browser, because this configuration can be done through our application, because we have built that system in our application. Right now you can see I'm switched back to Polygon or any other network, and we don't have the localhost. But the moment I will reload the page, our application will add automatically localhost in our MetaMask. You can see all the configuration, and we have to simply click on approve and switch, and we are back to localhost, and the localhost configuration is done automatically in our MetaMask, so you don't need to do it manually. Okay, so if you already have the localhost, make sure to delete it, and our application will do it. Now we are ready to test our application. So I'm the admin. This particular wallet address is the admin. You can see 2266. So I can able to control and have those features which is only controlled by the admin. So if I come back here, you can see everything is looking good. If I click on this, I can able to find the details, the name, symbol, total supply, and the balance which I hold, because I'm the admin, and that's why all the token is on my address. Now if I click on this create, I will come back to the create page. There I will find all the details. So right now you can see we don't have any tokens created, no donations, no created. I can simply create it, and I can see the transfer, no, nothing in here. If I see all the stats, currently we have 0 balance. This is the fee we are charging. If I want to donate, I can simply donate it, and this is the balance which I have, and this is the token which I have. Now before I do the transaction, I have to clear my MetaMask history, because this is the weird problem we have it in the MetaMask. So I'll simply click here and I will click my clear history. And this problem you will face when you are testing contract locally, not in the actual test network or main network. So everything's look good. Now I can, if I want to donate, I can click here and I'm going to simply donate 1 Ether. Simply click on confirm and the donation is complete and the fund will be reflected here. I can able to withdraw that as well. Let's donate one more time and I have this fund. So I can click on this confirm and the transaction is done. Looks good. We can see the transaction. Now let's try to create a token. So I'll click here on create token and I can give a name. So I'll say the blockchain coder, I'll say TBC and I have to give the supply list this one and click on this create token. And it's going to make a call to our smart contract. We have to simply confirm the transaction and we have to simply confirm one more time, confirm, and the transaction is completed and we have created our token. So you can see the token is reflecting in the dashboard, and if you click on this your token, it will reflect here as well. Let's create one more token. So I'll say database, I'll say DATA data, and I want to have supply list this much supply. Click on this create token and I have created one more token. Click on this confirm and click on this confirm and the transaction is completed and we have created 2 tokens, and that's what is reflecting here. If I want to transfer the token, let's do that as well. So I can do one thing, I can click here and I have to switch my account. So the moment I will switch, I can see I have this much fund and everything is look good. So if I come back to the dashboard, if I come back to your token, you can see the token is not there. I can simply create it. So I can simply do one thing, I can simply come back here, I can clear my MetaMask history, because this is what you have to do every time whenever you change your account. And when I can create a token, or I can simply click on this donate, it will go to open the MetaMask and I have to simply click on this confirm and the donation is complete, and you can see the fund is reflecting. It's only visible to admin, not for the user. That's the feature we have included, but you can see the total donation we got this one. Now let's create a token. So I'll say node, I'll say E and V, and I want to add the supply of this. Click on this create and I can come back here, I can simply click on this confirm and I have to click one more time confirm, and the token is created successfully. You can able to find all the token. If you click on your token, you will find this is the only token you have created. You can simply copy and you can verify the token. So you can simply copy the address and you can copy the transaction has. Now let's try to transfer the token. So I cannot do that because I don't have any token. So what I will do, I'll simply come here, I'll simply copy the address, I'll switch my account to this. I'm going to clear my history and simply reload the page. And I want to transfer the token. So you can see currently I have this much supply and I want to transfer the token to this particular address. So I want to send this close to, let's say, this much token I want to send. I can click on this transfer token. It's going to make a call to my smart contract and I'm sending 10,000. Simply click on confirm and the transaction is completed and I have sent the 10,000 token to that particular wallet address. The moment I will switch, you can see the token will reflect here. And here we got it back and you can see the token is reflecting fine. If I simply come here, if I go to my first, like the admin account, the data is changed and everything is looking fine. So we have this one. If I want to withdraw this fund which is reflecting here, I can do that. I can simply click on this withdraw fund and it's going to open our MetaMask and we have to simply click on this confirm and the transaction is completed and we have withdrawn the fund successfully and all the fund is reflecting here. So that's how you can test this application on the localhost using Hardhat. Okay, I hope you guys have understood that how you can do that and how our application is working absolutely fine. So everything is looking great. Now we can test and deploy our contract to actual test network, which is for Ethereum test network. Okay, so for that we have to do a couple of changes in our contract. So let's come back here. And by the way, if you don't know how to import an account like Hardhat account, you can do that very easily. Here you can see that this is the first 2 account is the actual account and the rest of the account which I have imported from Hardhat account. So if I do an import, so I can simply come back here. So here I have simply copy all the Hardhat account. You can simply copy the private key. So this is the private key of that particular wallet you can copy, and you can simply come back here, click on this add, click on this import, and here you have to paste the private key of that particular wallet and click on import. I have already imported, that's why I cannot import this account. Okay, so that's how you can import it if you don't know, but many of you already know it. So that's how you can import. Now let's deploy the contract to the actual Ethereum test network. So for that we have to do a little bit changes in our code structure. So first let's get back to our code, and this is what we have. I'm going to simply bring this up and I'm going to stop our application. So close this one, so our application is got stopped. And now we have to first do the changes in our environment variable. So we have to activate this one. So first I have to give the name of the network where I have to deploy my contract. So I'm going to deploy to this particular network, and that's what I have here. So you can see we already done the network configuration right up here. right up here. So I'm deploying my contract to this, but you can literally pick any network, but make sure you should have some fun in that particular network in your wallet address. So I will simply copy that one, and that's the one I am going to provide here. So I'm going to simply comment this, and I'm going to simply activate this. Okay, this time we are going to deploy to actual Ethereum test network. That's the one thing, is symbol is going to be the same because Ethereum test network has the same symbol, ETH, and I'm going to take the donation is going to be, let's say, very less amount, because this time we have to deal with actual testnet. So I'll go with this much. You can simply play with this value. Okay, got it? Now look good. That's the changes we have to do, and we have to provide the actual account which we're going to use it for deploying our contract, and here we're going to provide the contract addresses. So for that we can come back here in our Hardhat config file, and here we have to do the setup. So I'm going to simply comment this portion, and you have to activate this. You can see this is the name I have given, and this name is very important. Whatever name you give in your constant file here, that's the name you have to provide here in your Hardhat config file. And here you have to provide the RPC URL of that particular blockchain where you are deploying your contract, and here you have to provide your wallet private key which you're going to use it. So here you have to paste the address, and here you have to paste the private key of your wallet. Then we're going to simply deploy it. Okay, so to get the RPC URL of any blockchain, you can simply use this particular website called ERK. So simply copy that one. You can come back to the browser, open a new tab. You can simply type ARNK, and it's going to give you this. Click on the very first link, and here you will find all the blockchains which is available. You can pick any one. So I'm going to deploy to Ethereum. Click here, and Ethereum test. So click on this test, and we have this two choice, this one or this one. So I'll go with this one, and that's what I have to simply copy. And once I copy that one, I can come back here, and that's what I have to provide here. No matter which network you are deploying, you have to give the right RPC URL, and you have to do the exact configuration for the different network as well. Okay, this is the one thing I have done it, and this is the exact RPC URL I have in my constant file here. So that should be equal. Okay, got it? That's the configuration. Now I have to get the private key of my wallet. So I can simply come back, I can open my MetaMask, and you can see that this is the two account I have. So if I come back here, if I go to account number 1, and if I come back to the account number 2, and if I change back to the particular network, so if I click here, you can see I already have this much fund in this particular account. I already have it. But in your case, if you don't have it, I'll show you how you can get it. Just wait. So I have done this particular network configuration. If you don't know how to do the network configuration, you can do that very easily, because we have already done that in our code. So when you will start the application, it's going to do auto configuration, but you can do the manual as well. There is no problem. So you can simply click on this add network, and if I show you the code setup which you have to do for this particular test network, so you can click on this network section, and here we have this one. You have to provide the exact information. This name, this is the RPC URL, this is the chain ID, this is the symbol, and this is the explorer. This is the exact information you have to provide and save it. So you can add it manually, or if you don't have this, it will automatically configure in our application. So you can see that I already have fund in my wallet. So if I open this one, in my wallet 2, I already have this much fund. If I go to my wallet 1, you can see I have ETH1. If you don't have it, you can simply use the product launched by Google Cloud for Web3 for getting free faucets. So simply come here, type Google Cloud Web3 faucet, and here you will have, simply click on the very first link, and here you will find all the tools which Google will provide you. So at the moment they are providing free faucet for 2 different networks, one for Sofali and one for the network which we are about to deploy. So to get that, all we have to do is to simply click here, and we have to copy the address. So you can see here it's telling us to switch back to this. So maybe our application is not got started, so it's already there. I can simply click on this switch, and I'm switched back to the localhost. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's come back to the same network one more time, and I'm going to use this particular account. I'll use the second account because most of you know about the private key, so I don't want to expose my first account private key. So I have to get the address, so I'll simply copy the address. Now I can come back here, and here you have to select. So I'll go with this one. I have to paste the address, and I have to click on this receive and click, and it's going to transfer the fund in your wallet address. You can see it started, and within a few seconds you will have the fund in your wallet address, which you can simply use it for deploying your contract. So just wait. Once we have the fund, we are ready to deploy our contract. So just wait. The transaction is in the process, and here you can see the transaction is completed. The fund is reflecting fine. So this is how you can get free faucet for testing your contract. So once you get the fund, now you have to get your private key. So simply click here. So first let me copy the address before I do the private key, and let's change in my environment variable here. That's the one place where I have to do the change, and I have to do the changes in the contract as well. So I have to change here as well, and this is the exact thing you have to do. Okay, this is the exact thing you have to do. Got it? We have changed that. Now we can simply get our private key. So simply click on this, and we can click on the show private key. You have to give your password and click on this hold, and now you can simply copy your private key. Once you copy, click on done. Now you can come back in your Hardhat config file, and here you have to paste. So let me quickly paste it. So I have successfully pasted my private key. Now I have to simply activate this. So this is activated. Make sure you have to comment this one, and this is the network which we have deploying our contract. As I told you now, this is very important, because if you look at the script file, when we are deploying our contract, we are giving the same name, and that's how Hardhat will know that this is the network we have to deploy our contract. So we are done with the entire setup. Now we are ready to deploy our contract. So we have done all the changes. The only changes we have to do here in the contract address, one will deploy that. So you have to simply copy this particular string, open up your terminal. So before we paste, we have to check our node version one more time, because sometimes it's get changed. You can see it's changed automatically. So let me quickly simply downgrade it one more time very quickly. So I'll simply go back to the previous version, is this one, and let me quickly downgrade it. So whenever I'm stopping my terminal and deleting it, it's taking the updated version. So right now you can see I have the required node version, and I'm ready to deploy my contract. So simply clear my terminal, and make sure you have to always check your node version. Now we are ready to deploy our contract. So we have to simply copy this command and we can paste. So before we do that, we have to simply clear our artifact, we have to clear our cache, and we have to simply delete the ABI and from here as well, because we have changed our addresses. So make sure you have to use always the updated ABI when you will deploy your contract. So we are done with that. Now we can simply copy this one and paste here and hit enter, and it's going to deploy our contract. So our contract got compiled successfully. We got the artifact, inside that we have the ABI. So you can simply click here and you can come and you can simply drag and drop the ABI right up here. So we'll have the constant, click on move. We got that. Now we have to get the lookup contract, copy and drag and drop here, and we have got it. And you can see we got the very first contract address, because our first contract is deployed successfully. Now it's deploying the second contract, so just wait. Once it will deploy, we'll have the both the contract as this, and that's what we have to provide here. That's what we have to simply provide. So let's deploy completely. After that, we're going to do the replacement, and here you can see our contract got successfully deployed. You can simply copy the contract address. This is for the generator, paste here, and this is for the our lookup contract, paste here. So we have successfully done the changes. Now I'm going to simply bring it down. We have done the changes. You can keep it as it is, and this is the vault address. Now we are ready to start our application. Now so you can simply close this one, close this one, close this one, and we have done the changes in all the places. Now I'm going to simply clear my terminal, type npm run def and hit enter. You can see our application is got started. You can simply copy this localhost 3000. You can come back here, paste and hit enter, and it's going to simply start our application, and we are connected with the network. If I delete this network, our application can do the configuration automatically. So I have changed it. If I reload the page, it will automatically switch our network back to the network which we have configured. So click on this, and we are connected with the exact network. If you face any problem, you can simply delete the network, because we can do the auto configuration. So let me delete this one, and if I reload the page, it's going to simply call MetaMask. It's going to add this auto configuration, and we can simply switch, and we are connected with actual network. Got it? Now if I click on this create, it's going to take me the create page, and here you will find all the details. So I have this much token we have deployed. This is the fund which I have this much fund. If I click on my wallet address, you can see this is the fund I have. If I go back to my account, previous account, you will see everything is got updated. We got this removed. If I want to donate from this account, I can simply donate. That's click on this donate, and it's going to make a call to my smart contract, and I can simply click on this confirm. And this time we are doing the actual transaction on the test network. You can see I'm donating the fund in the contract, and when you do the transaction on the actual test network, it takes a little bit time. So the donation is completed, and you will see the fund will reflect here when the admin will come. If you come back to the donation, you can see the fund we have donated. So it looks good. If you want to create a token, you can do that very easily. You can type the blockchain code. I'll say TBC. You can give the supply, and you can simply click on this, and it's going to make a call to our smart contract, and we have to simply confirm the transaction. And once the transaction will complete, you will see the token will reflect here. So we are creating our token, we are charging fund for that. So just wait, it's taking a little bit time. Just wait, soon the transaction will complete. So one transaction is completed. Now we have to simply confirm this one. Click on confirm, and once this transaction will complete, all the details will be registered in our contract, and you will have your token address which you have just now created. Looks good. The transaction is in the pending state, and finally the transaction is completed, and we have created our token. Now you can simply come back here, and you can see the token is reflecting here. You can simply copy the address. You can go back to the Ether scan, and you can simply verify your token. So you can simply click here, you can switch back to the test network, and we have created our token here. So paste the address of the token, and you can see it will reflect all the data about the token we have created. So you can see the name, the symbol, creator, all the details we have created just 23 seconds ago, and all the transaction costs we have paid. So everything's look good. You can simply click here, and you can have more details. So this is the supply we have initialized, this is the token, and currently it started from 0, and we have this much supply. You can come back to your application, you can see all the details we have provided. So every single thing is looking fine. You can simply switch back to my account number 2, which is the admin. This is the what we have set, and I can able to withdraw the fund, which is right we have here. So I can click on this withdraw fund, and it's going to make a call to our smart contract, and we're going to have this fund which is in our contract. So just wait, the transaction in the pending state, and everything will be working absolutely fine. So just wait. So finally the transaction is completed, and we have withdraw the fund, and you can see withdrawal is completed, and the fund is 0. Every single thing is working fine. I don't want to create more token, otherwise I will spend my actual test for it, which is very hard to get nowadays. Okay, so that's how you can deploy your actual contract to actual testnet. I hope you guys have understood that what exactly we have coded. Make sure to follow the complete project. Every single thing is explained. You can come back to the blockchain coder. Here you will find all the resources about the web3 product we have built. Make sure to follow all of the project, build at least 5 of them. So you can come back to the source code section. There you will find all the project we have built, all the project. So you can simply come here, you can able to click, and this is the project. Simply click and download the starter file and start following the complete project. You will understand everything. And if you want to master blockchain development from 0 to advanced, make sure to check this particular course which I have launched. A lot of students have already enrolled. In that you're going to learn every single thing which you have to know about the blockchain development. So you're going to master complete Solidity programming language. You're going to learn about
welcome to
Web3 ecosystem
blockchain development course.
In this setup, you can build one of the complex NFT marketplace with 5 different contracts with multiple features. You're going to have a couple of crash courses for HTML, CSS, Next.js, Tailwind, Hardhat, MetaMask, Web3 providers. So it's a complete package. Once you will follow and complete this entire project, you will be the master. We have hundreds of videos, more than 40 hours of course you will get. So make sure to check this. So now I believe that you guys have understood the entire architecture of the project and what are the setups you have to do when you will get the final source code. So that's the only thing from my end, and I hope you guys have understood and what exactly we have coded. So that's the only thing from my end. This is what exactly you will get in the final source code. So make sure to download the starter file and start building the project. With that, ending this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.